Welcome to my first recipe in my Black History Month series, and today we're making red rice. Red rice was a favorite dish of a phenomenal woman, Dr. Maya Angelou. To make her favorite recipe, you first have to start by dicing up a large onion. This was my first time making red rice, so I'm following Kardea Brown's recipe. I will link the recipe in the description. After you dice up one large onion, you then want to dice up one green pepper. You want to try to dice up your green pepper pretty fine. That way you don't have huge chunks of green pepper in your red rice. The red rice recipe called for using sausage. I had this hot and spicy sausage in my freezer. Next time I make this recipe, because I'm not a spicy girl, I will use just a mild sausage. You can use turkey sausage or beef sausage, but the recipe specifically called out for pork sausage. And if you watch my videos, you know in my house, swine is fine. You just want to chop up the sausage into small pieces, just like this. Maya Angelou was known for many things, but she was best known for her unique autobiographical writing style. She was born with the name Marguerite Annie Johnson, but her older brother Bailey gave her the nickname Maya. I love the name so much and was so inspired by Dr. Maya Angelou, I named my daughter Maya. After chopping up your sausage, you want to measure out 2 cups of parboiled rice. Anytime I'm making rice, I always wash my rice to get the starch off of it. I use this rice strainer and I absolutely love it. I'm able to easily and quickly wash my rice without losing one single grain of rice. Dr. Maya Angelou was an amazing writer, but she also excelled at singing and dancing, particularly in the calypso and cabaret styles. In the 1950s, she performed professionally in the United States, Europe, and Northern Africa, and even sold albums of her recordings. Now that your rice is washed in a large Dutch oven, you want to add in your onions, peppers, and sausage. You want your sausage to brown a little bit and for your onions and peppers to soften. While your onions and peppers and sausage are cooking, you just want to open up 2 cans of tomato paste. And make sure you're washing and wiping off the top of your cans. For this recipe, you're going to need 2 6-ounce cans of tomato paste. Once your sausage, onions, and peppers looks like this, you want to add in your tomato paste. The tomato paste is going to give the rice its beautiful red color. This dish was very easy to make. In my research of Dr. Maya Angelou, I learned that her mother made this recipe for her when she was a child, and she served it with baked chicken. I decided to serve mine with a fried pork chop, and when I tell you, it was so good. Once you have the veggies and the sausage mixed really well with the tomato paste, you want to add in some sugar. You're going to need 4 teaspoons of sugar, and then add in 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of pepper, and 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. If you're wondering, you're adding the sugar to cut the acidity of the tomato paste. Give everything a really good mix so the seasonings get really incorporated with the tomato paste and the veggies and sausage. Once you've mixed everything really well, now you want to add in your washed rice. Now you just want to incorporate your washed rice with the tomato paste mixture. Did you guys know that Maya Angelou and her son moved to Accra, Ghana? She moved to Ghana so her son could attend college. Unfortunately, he was seriously injured in an automobile accident, which caused Maya to remain in Ghana until 1965. While she was in Ghana, she became close friends with Malcolm X. And when she came back to the United States in 1965, she helped Malcolm X build a new civil rights organization. I am loving incorporating these facts about Maya Angelou and teaching you guys this recipe at the same time. After stirring constantly and letting your rice and tomato mixture cook for about 5 minutes, you want to add in 2 cups of water. Just add the water directly on top, close the lid, and place it in the oven for 30 minutes. You want to make sure you've preheated your oven to 350 degrees. And don't be like me, grabbing this pot directly from the stove and putting it in the oven without using any pot holders. Allow the rice to bake for 30 minutes. Once you remove the rice, the next step is to fluff the rice. You want to use a fork and fluff the rice just like this. It's going to still seem a bit wet, but that's okay. We're going to return it back to the oven for an additional 10 minutes. I love this method of cooking rice in the oven. I have never done this before, and it absolutely turned out delicious. After fluffing your rice, you just want to cover the pot and return it to the oven for an additional 10 minutes. And that's it. That's all. That's how you make Maya Angelou's favorite recipe, red rice. I have enjoyed sharing this recipe with you guys and also sharing maybe some unknown facts about Dr. Maya Angelou. There's so much to say about all of her achievements and accomplishments in her lifetime. If you saw my shorter video, I talked about how Dr. Maya Angelou had a connection to North Carolina. She was an American Studies professor at Wake Forest University, which is located in my home state of North Carolina. Although she was born in St. Louis, Missouri, spent part of her childhood in Stamps, Arkansas, spent her teens in Oakland, California, spent time in Ghana, and so many other amazing places. She loved the great state of North Carolina. She had 2 homes in North Carolina, and on May 28th, 2014, she passed away in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Dr. Maya Angelou was such a phenomenal woman. She left us with so much amazing literature, so many quotes, a lot of them I use to this day. One of my favorite ones is, you may not be able to control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. And I most certainly love the one that says, when people show you who they are, believe them. Cheers to you, Dr. Maya Angelou. Thank you for everything that you contributed to this world. I enjoy recreating this red rice recipe, which was such a beautiful memory on a plate that your mother created for you. I hope you guys recreate this red rice recipe in memory of Dr. Maya Angelou. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next recipe in my Black History Month series. I'll leave you guys with this, another famous quote from Dr. Maya Angelou. If you find it in your heart to care for someone else, you have succeeded. Rest on, Dr. Maya Angelou.